Guys, we're at the start and we're already like, what's happening? And I came over early and I threw her off, and I don't know. It is our 12th marathon.
I can't believe
It's
it.
actually number 13, but we didn't participate in the last one, and it's everybody else's 12th because we did the first one by ourselves. So we connected.
Right. Yeah.
We're with everybody else now. So it is 24 hours of cross stitch, marathon 12 or 13, however you look at it. And I just wrote a post, and I can't believe
I know,
that this
I can't
has
either.
turned into what it is. We'll give a brief recap of what it is. Those of you that have been with us, my mom and I decided Brandon does Extra Life, and it's a video game marathon event that he does every year. And I went to my mom February of 2019. Hey, do you think we could do marathon cross stitch for 24 hours?
And I
she was
said,
like,
sure. we can stitch for 24.
So, 24 hours was born, and we did our first marathon. We did it consecutive and did. You should watch the video because there's really no
Pretty
even
funny.
explaining it. But she was not seen on it.
You could hear me.
She's come a long way since then. And so has this group. I mean, I think the Facebook group is up to almost 4,000 people that join in there, and just the community we have been exposed to because of this is just astounding to me. This is how I recenter and focus. And during the past year and a half, 2 years almost now, that has been so needed and so important. And so I just can't stress enough, like, people that don't know cross stitch and like, I don't understand how they do it. You have to have something that just is your thing and what you cling to. And I love what I do. I love my job. I love the people I work with. I needed this weekend. And I needed to be able to say, you are going to like me better if I have this weekend, because it just, find your thing. It's just my motto in life now. So we're here. We're at my mom's house. We have decided we're going to work on lilies because that was what we started the first of the year, pretty close. I think the 3rd was when we started it. And we had been doing that as our Sunday stitch. That worked till about July.
Which is good, 7 months.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Yeah. Sundays, going back to the office full time kind of threw me, and then a new job, and then all, we got out of sync with our Sundays, but I love that time too. So we've dedicated one marathon. Just one marathon to it?
I think so. I think we
What did we stitch on the other marathon?
I don't know. Maybe we did 2. I just put them all on, but now I don't remember. I don't have to look. Maybe we did 2.
I know the last marathon, I feel like we must have done 2.
We did one at your house.
Yeah.
Did we do one here too?
I don't know. You tell us.
Yeah. You watch us more than we do.
So we're going to be working on lilies, and we're actually maybe finishing.
Yeah.
We're jinxing it right now because we said it, so we definitely won't. Yeah. But that is our plan. We're just going to chill, and I said to work today, I think I want to try consecutive.
Okay. It's 1 o'clock. I say we can always try, and if we fail, we've never been too proud to say we can't do it before and go to bed, but if we can, we do it.
I really like naps and sleeping, though.
I know. I'm thinking she's not going to make it through the day before she's going to need to take a nap. So she's okay. Well, let's do 24 hours.
I have my mom my coffee here, and my Alexa, she'll probably chime in here, turned all of my lights on in the middle of the night last night because we lost power, and so every light is on like a smart plug or it's a smart bulb. So I woke up with a jolt to Watson freaking out, and there was light, and I'm so confused because I was in a dead sleep.
And Brandon's at work.
Yeah, so Brandon's at work, so I'm by myself, and I'm like, I can't even send him to investigate. I have to do it. And so I'm blaming her if we don't go consecutive. It's her fault. Not my love for naps. It's Alexa's fault.
Okay. Well, we'll drink lots of coffee and
the lights. So, this, I guess I'll show you where I'm at. I just showed it in my last video, so you may have already seen it. Again, we have only worked on this together, so you're only, yeah. sounds really doable. I don't know. We'll see.
I think so.
So.
And then mine, I like to fill in the spots.
We stitch so differently.
Right, we do. And mine's on 35 count, so mine's huge.
Yeah. Well, but his eyes on the sparrow was on 36 count. And yours was on 40. I know.
So I'm like all over the place with mine, but you can kind of see I have a few holes, but there's still a lot to do because I have to fill in the house and I have to fill in where there's holes, there's little things, but and the flowers on the border. But I think we're pretty much have about the same amount to finish too. I think we're pretty right on with each other. So yeah, it's just getting sit down, take us a little bit to
get settled
and in the swing of it.
We are very unsure about what we're doing entertainment wise. We've realized a lot of our filming tends to be, we watch this is what we thought about that. So I kind of want to not, I don't know that you guys care about our recaps from the movies that we're watching. Sometimes, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're going to do.
We're not sure. Yeah. We figured we'd discuss it after we filmed and sat down.
We're going to get our plan together. But it's just, it's hard to plan ahead. Says the woman.
This planner. Yeah, that's been planning next year for...
It's because I'm already in next year. That's the problem. You get too caught up in planning, and I'm already thinking that it's 2022, and it's not.
Right.
Which is good, because I still have a lot to do before it's 2022. So,
okay.
So we're going to finish up our little ins and outs and get settled and start
stitching.
Making X's, because that's what we do.
And let Lee out of the bedroom because
I go, Dad, we're filming. And then silence.
He does.
And it's like, did he hear me? He has hearing aids, so I don't really ever know. And
so I said, Lee.
And then we realized he was waiting at the bottom of the steps for us to be filming done.
So we told him he could come up, but then he went to the bedroom instead of to the office where he's going to be. And we decided we're just going to start filming and he can walk through.
Someday we're going to have to get him on film.
Yeah, we're going to have to because he'll be our gopher this weekend. He'll be our breakfast getter tomorrow.
Because people are probably like, Jen doesn't have a dad. I do.
Cindy doesn't have a husband, and I do. Yeah.
You do. He's here.
Yeah, and he's Lee.
His name
Jen
is
Lee. Yeah, that's another whole story. Okay. Yeah, with Jen and Jen Lee. Okay. All right.
We're going to go start stitching and we'll be back.
Bye.
Well, it's filming session 2 and we're already experiencing difficulties.
Technical difficulties.
This whole buying a new camera to make filming, a computer to make filming easier has not worked out real well. We came to film and it was super zoomed in.
Right, and it was only Jen. I was invisible. I wasn't there, and I was sitting right next to her.
I'm it shouldn't just be me. And then I had to call Brandon, who's asleep because he worked all night last night. He says, I'm not a morning person, but he's not.
A little grumpy.
Yeah, no. Whereas then I'm FaceTiming him, and he's probably not expecting my mother to be at FaceTime when he's waking up from sleeping.
Okay.
Anyway. It's really hard if we don't talk about what we've watched.
Well, we have to talk a little bit about it.
There's not really anything else happening other than lots of little
stitching.
X's, so that we wouldn't really have that much to talk about.
All right. Well,
we're watching Ghost Whisperer.
Ghost Whisperer.
We decided on that because it's kind of a Halloween-y thing that we both agree on because she doesn't do scary. Well, okay, she does.
Friday the 13th.
She doesn't. No, she doesn't do slasher and horror. I have her watching all true crime, and now she's binging Criminal Minds, and she doesn't love that. No. But she calls me and she's like, "I'm switching between Criminal Minds, Castle, and CSI." It's well, they're all murdery shows. I don't know. So we're watching Ghost Whisperer. So we decided every 4 episodes we'll stand up and film.
Which gave us 3 hours, but now we've wasted a half an hour.
Well, we had to figure out how to get the camera to work.
So it was 3 hours of stitching time. We're keeping track of our stitching.
Yeah. So I still think we know we started at 1:30. Our filming times and our recap times count towards our 24 hours. So I know there's some people that have asked throughout the years how they do it, if it's like actual stitching time or for us, it's just the whole time. Like when we do consecutive, it's not just actual stitching time. I mean, we try not to sleep, but it's, we don't necessarily stop the timer. Like we have done that though.
You have done it. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't?
I don't think so.
You're never as
well. You're get off the
rule heavy as I.
I know. I don't really know why, but yeah.
I know.
Where you got that from?
I don't know where I got that from.
I know. My grandma was asking me about that, or Angie was asking me about that. So, like, where does Jen get that? I said, not that you're not organized, Cindy, but where? I said, well, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just my own little being.
Yes, you are.
Do you want to show yours first? Or you want me to show mine first?
You can show yours first.
So I'm working on this section here. So I finished this, the little hedgehog, started that, did the horse, and did there.
Well, the horse is pretty big to do.
Yeah, I did the horse. So I haven't decided because I go down, like I do in columns. And like this section is not a page break, but there's more on that I'm going to have to like hold 2 pages together to do over here, like line up the pattern. And so I haven't decided if I want to just do all of that and go down, or if I want to go all the way down, because I kind of hate the holding of the pages together. So to save that as my last column.
Yeah. Well, don't forget I have them taped.
I don't really like them taped. I remember the one time you taped them and taped them wrong. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
One time. And it didn't even affect you, all right? It affected me.
Oh, yeah. It didn't affect me, except I heard her complaining about it.
Adam was, not looking great.
Adam didn't have a torso.
Right, he didn't. He looked,
So, I don't always love.
All right, she's not using mine, and I have them all taped across and up and down sections.
And I use one, like, not even 8.5 by 11 size magnet board on a standard size clipboard. And so I just have to finagle myself, and I should have brought my little Not Forgotten Farms tray thing.
I thought about that.
I know. I forgot a lot of things at home. I totally threw her off because I came over early. And she didn't have anything for me to eat.
I'm working till 12:30. It's like, okay, I'm up at 9 running around trying to find stuff, and the market wasn't food. I had to cut my bangs, get my bangs cut, and do things.
And she's just over here getting everything ready. 12. And she's like, I didn't think you were going to be here yet. I didn't. And I'm like, it's okay.
You're just supposed to be at work.
I used a different. Well, I was over hours.
Well, I didn't know that. I'm only going by what you told me. I'm working till 12:30. Every time I ask you, 12:30, 12:30. Okay.
I thought it was going to be 12:30. Because
I
thought the training was going to go.
I don't want to talk about this anymore. I don't even know.
Yours is really hard to show. And I'm over here telling her that my shoulder hurts and I've got to hold this
and you've got to hold
thing.
It. Okay. Where am I? I'm working over here. So I finished this tree outline in the stem. I did this flower. I did this basket. I finished this. I put in some purple stuff here. Finished the bird. Finished this flower. Finished this bird. Did this. Finished this. This had already been finished. So I'm working in this section. So I have all mine scanned. Your elderly mother. I am using my pattern on the iPad, and it is amazing. Except for when you have 24 pages. It's a little more challenging. So I'm going side to side, and I pulled my paper pattern out that I have taped if I have the break. But doing side to side, since I had a lot in that section to do, I'm going to the left and to the right, finishing those, and not worrying so much about the up and down. I'll just go to the next row. So I'm going to try to finish everything that I've got on my iPad in that section. Okay. And it's below the writing and upper. I just started the turkey on the other side.
I just can't believe how opposite.
I know.
I know. Considering you were the one that taught me how to stitch.
Yeah, but I didn't really tell you anything other than upper left corner, left to right, top to bottom.
These are all words that go what?
Right. You're starting.
I'm like, huh?
up in the upper left-hand corner of a piece, a sampler.
Well, we used to start in the middle, too.
Well, yeah, I don't remember, and I might have showed that. I mean, for samplers, the upper left corner is good.
I didn't used to stitch samplers, but now it's predominantly
but
what I do.
regular things, and you started in the middle and moved up and did all that. I mean, we used to do crazy stuff when we started this 40 years ago, but we've tweaked it, so it doesn't seem like we did very much. Yeah. I'm thinking, we're never going to finish this.
I was thinking that too, but I'm like, oh God.
Okay.
Or else I'm not going to stay up all night, because let's be honest, she was freezing me out like the first hour. I'm sitting over there. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go my slippers on. And I'm going to go like, there's not a blanket that's cozy. And so I'm just going to, my wrist is really cold.
Well, the register was over there and it was really warm in here. And we'd found out that her father had shut the air off. Just shut it off, not let, So I turned it back on, and I forgot that sitting where she's sitting is the register, so it does get cold. And she took till she was freezing and blue before she mentioned it to me.
Pretty much was.
And I was feeling it across the room, thinking, oh, it's getting pretty chilly in here.
It feels nice. And I'm like, oh my God. All I want to do is curl up under a blanket.
Oh, you're going to use that she's going to use that as an excuse. So.
I do like sleep.
She does way too much. I'm drinking coffee. And if you have to go to bed, I'll just stitch on something else to get consecutive time in. I'm an old lady and I can stay up all night. Good grief.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah, we will. Okay. So we can talk about our dinner plans.
Okay. We're going to order pizza.
We're going to order regular pizza, just basic pizza. Nothing fancy. It's pizza night tonight. And... Dad did get us pumpkin beer.
Oh, we have pumpkin beer. That's
Samuel
exciting.
Adams, yeah. So he did. I saw it at
we
Miller's.
have wine. I didn't bring over my open bottle though.
Oh, that's fine. Brandon is probably going to be over tomorrow, bringing you the stuff he didn't bring.
To bring me some ice or something. Too,
yeah.
So. Yeah. So we're doing good.
No,
we're upstairs right now. We may go downstairs. She's got a like stitchy spot down in my old house downstairs too. So. We may change it up. That might be easier during the middle of the night, so you don't see how dark it is. I had this thought the other day.
Huh?
I had that thought the other day that maybe we should try a consecutive marathon down there, because there's not
noticing.
You're not noticing the time changing because you don't see the.
Yeah, and I don't know that you're not more comfortable down there anyway. It's just that we film upstairs, which only means that we have to walk up the steps.
Which
but
means
if we're only
then
doing
I'm out of breath and ridiculous.
Then you have to, okay, never mind.
I mean,
well,
not that we couldn't bring this downstairs.
You don't have nice background. Because look
at
how nice it is.
She was like, are we going to film upstairs or downstairs? And I go, are you thinking about what you're going to have to put on the walls if we film downstairs?
Or what
she's
walls
like,
I have,
yes.
I mean, this wall always stays,
like
and it actually looks really cute.
It does look
the first one wasn't because you started and I didn't have time to change my little...
Because I got done work early.
I know, but now look at how little pilgrims are framed really nicely in that little.
They are actually.
I know. Doesn't it look good? I know. It's like. Yeah, and I have all these other little pillows to make, but I made all your little pillows instead.
And my cats haven't treated them like cat toys yet, which is
goodness
very nice, because I was a little worried because Porter and Ale are a little special.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
All right, we need to stitch and decide when we're ordering dinner.
Okay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I think I wear the same thing every single time I'm on camera.
Well, maybe.
I'm pretty sure I was wearing... This is like my favorite pajama shirt. It was Brandon's. It's just like cozy and comfortable. Yeah. So I changed into my pajamas, but I know my last video was me wearing my 24-hour shirt and that sweater. So I don't know. I don't really have that many clothes right now.
What can you do? I have a lot. They just don't fit.
Well, I mean, let's be honest.
I have a closet full, but...
That's really my world, too. Speaking of clothes and don't fitting, we just got, like, the best pizza ever.
Oh, yeah. It was really good.
Really, really, really
Thank you, Camille Pizza. Anybody watching in this area that stitches in Fremont. Yeah. Yeah, really.
They cut it in strips. Like breadsticks, like kind of like just.
Oh yeah.
It's all in strips, like halfway, like across the
they cut it in half, and then they do just strips the other direction.
She didn't even catch that I was trying to use math words.
She doesn't do good with math. I was ignoring it because she's not good with math. So that every piece has crust. Should have you brushed your teeth before you came on with this?
It's bothering me. Okay.
Do you need to go brush your teeth and we start over?
I'm good.
Okay.
Whatever. People see me in my glory. My favorite is I kind of like it when I start getting more and more disheveled as the night goes because it reminds me of Paula.
Yeah.
Paula at Craft Gallery every single time will just be like, yeah, she starts out looking good and then she just doesn't look very good at the end, Paula uses different words, but So
that's pretty cute.
It is. Speaking of which, they are going into semi-retirement.
Yeah.
We're so, torn because I'm so proud of them because they have had, the Craft Gallery is an amazing store. They are amazing people and they totally deserve retirement.
Yeah. But
don't really like the thought of them not being there. So I'm hoping Paula's still going to be framing and doing the framing.
I mean, they're still going to be open 3 days a week.
She frames a lot of my stuff. Paula does these big
pieces. The big pieces and stuff that has to be with her overdyes and stuff that I'm scared will run. I don't want to take the responsibility for. She won't. So
they're still going to be open Thursdays, Fridays,
and Saturdays.
And this isn't happening until January.
Right.
So if you're going to Craft Gallery, just be aware that hours will be changing.
Right.
And to call ahead.
Yeah, make sure.
If you're coming a trek or whatever. But we need to get out there. We haven't been out there.
I know.
Life gets so busy.
Well, you got a job and started working.
Every so often she'll text me and be like, so I think you should quit.
I think you should quit.
Sell
your house and come back live with us.
Funny story. My dad was a wholesale florist. That's what he did for work. And so summers I taught. So I was always off in the summer. So I would work at Dad's work and I would count inventory. I would do database or I would do that stuff. So the one year I was in between, my summers started. It was week 2 into the job.
Yeah.
And something happened. He got mad at somebody and told them that I quit. I was like, okay, well, that's great, but I needed the money. I can't just quit my job and not have a job for the summer. And he goes, I'll pay you. So
he is very good to us.
He still is very, very good to us. But, I told Mom if she can get him to do that deal for me again, I'm all hers.
I said no. Talk to Dad.
I don't think that'll happen, but...
yeah. No, that was good.
Yeah, so...
Okay, I'll show first because I don't even know what I did. I just know that it doesn't
She's just over there going, oh, did you finish yet? Did you finish yet?
I don't even know.
Okay.
What?
I know that her and I stitch very differently. We do. Very, very. How do you not miss things doing it your way?
Because I mark them off on my chart.
Oh,
I mark everything
my
off.
Goodness.
Everything's highlighted. Okay, so I'm still working on my little... in my little area. I think I finished the turkey before I worked. Where's my... It's over by you. Over by Jen. I did over there. I finished purple down below and that gray flower.
Bricks in the house.
No, I didn't.
No, she didn't.
I didn't. No, I did down here. This I finished. This finished that. Have been working in here and worked up here to the leaves and I just have a whole lot more holes.
I think I'm going to finish before you.
I think you are too. I think you are too. I thought I was closer to you than I am.
Because I'm kind of thinking that I actually might be able to finish this 24 hours. I'm at least going to finish the top portion.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, so I decided to put the pages together. So I've worked up in this section. I like how I hold it for her so she can talk and point. The paper is not generally returned.
No, it's not. I can't see it's all backwards.
So because this is such a little page, it fits on my magnet board put together. So I did all up in here. I ended up doing this flower, and then I had to do some yellow in here because I had yellow on my needles. So I was trying to not have to put it back on my floss card. And then I did some of the like toasted marshmallow or roasted marshmallow, whatever that white is. And did down here, finished the little hedgehog, who I think is like the cutest little thing. Yeah. And then I'm down here now. So I have this page, and then there's still a page before the words, I think. No?
Because this is...
It's in the middle.
Yeah, it's in the middle.
So, yeah, so I'll go to
are in the
like
middle,
down there.
because that's where I am now. I'm in
Okay.
that line that's the middle. Some is top, some's bottom.
So
over on the other side. Yeah.
So I don't think I'll finish the flowers this weekend.
Yeah,
I think I can at least get.
Yeah, and I think I did a little vine because I had the green because I had some of the stems yet that were, so I marked them off too. I'd done them on the border, and I thought about doing a flower after we said we weren't, but I think I really am going to leave the flowers. I want to get everything placed.
Yeah, well, I did the one because it was easier to count down from that than over from the other thing. So I'll do them if it's helpful for counting. But now they're over on the left, right, of what I'm stitching. So for me, who goes left to right, it's going to be easier for me to start them with the rest of the stuff already filled in. So...
Yeah, I mean, the only thing good is just to double check, but you count good.
She likes to count backwards. I don't. I don't like counting from right to left.
Why? Why is that backwards?
Because English goes from left to right. It does.
I just like to double check.
Hebrew.
Well, I know. I was going to say that, and I'm not even going to go there. But I just like to make sure then that side is counted right, and I just like to double check all around because
I do too.
I sometimes make mistakes. Not often, I don't really make a lot of mistakes in my life all around, but that's because I really check a lot. And she's never going to make it up all night either. I'm pretty disappointed already.
I have not complained once.
You haven't complained.
I haven't, not loud. I haven't,
No, but she's
even
really
gotten,
quiet.
We're watching a show.
That we've seen as a kid.
Yeah, but you're not talking either.
I bring up things.
You don't really.
Chatting. I chatted more than you chatted.
We're going away for her birthday. It's we are. Early birthday surprise thing that I
she told me early, but it's
her birthday is the end of the month on the 30th, and my wedding anniversary is what happened?
Oh, I thought there was a scratch.
All of a sudden is the 26th, so it's a big celebration. So we're going out to the Brazilian steakhouse for her birthday and our anniversary for dinner, which we're excited about. But then I talked to my dad and I was like, can I take Mom away? And you help pay for it. So we're going to Lake Geneva, and I'm really excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
We got a little cottage. So if we don't finish this weekend, we're going to take it with us when we go.
And we don't have to only do that, but then we can sit and spend some hours and maybe finish it off.
I really think it's kind of fun because we've only stitched on this when we're together.
Yeah.
So it's, I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I want a beer.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm ready for a pumpkin something. And I don't know why she's saying
I just figure. No, but you kind of all of a sudden you act like you're doing really good, and then you just crash. You think, okay, we're going to make it all.
I'm going to make it.
Nope, bam. I'm done. Okay, I'm going to bed now. All of a sudden she's putting stuff away. It's like, what are you doing? I'm done.
So I'm not a morning person anymore, and I don't have much stamina once sleep is there.
And she hasn't had naps.
I didn't take any naps.
I know. That's further, but yeah.
Sometimes the naps are worse.
Well, I would agree. I never take a nap. You take naps from me.
I love
it. But it's naps are not a bad thing. It's when you take as many as you do, maybe, but it's healthy.
I have everybody fooled though, because people on Instagram are always like, "Do you sleep?"
Yeah.
Yes, I do. I just don't have children.
All right.
And I don't like to clean. So I don't really do much around my house. So I have a robot vacuum and...
Are you still using it? I haven't used
mine
yet.
in a while. I made Brandon... You haven't used yours yet. She got it on Cyber Monday. No. What was it? It wasn't Cyber Monday. It was Cyber Monday. Wasn't that in the summer? I don't know. She's had it for a while.
As long as you've had yours.
Prime Day or something. Yeah. I guess it was Prime Day. I made Brandon do the living room the other day.
Oh, I was going to ask you if you done, because I look at mine when I go back to the bedroom. I should really get it out and have it do my thing, but...
I like mine. I have to pick up enough for it to do it, and the cats are kind of fun. Okay.
All right.
I don't know where my mom's cat is.
I don't know. Probably downstairs sitting on the chair. He waits down there for treats.
He's a brat.
What can I say?
That's how she raises us. Like brother, like sister. Okay, we'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Back. So the thing with like going consecutive that I realized.
Oh, lordy.
Is that then I'm done tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Right.
And I'm going to go home, or 1:30, whatever. I'm going to go home and I'm going to sleep. And then I'm not going to work on this again because I'm going to be home by myself.
Right.
So it seems to me like it makes more sense.
It's a good bet.
It makes more sense. Well, I think I'm done stitching for tonight. I think we can clock our... Do you? I mean, it's midnight.
I think so. Well, rest our elbow and your shoulder and stuff.
Okay, so those of you that don't know, I had my hip replaced a few years ago. I don't know, when I was, 35, 5 years ago or so. I'm a little nervous that my shoulder is arthritic or something. I don't know. It's been the past 2-3 weeks, I think. It's just like, it's a weird, it almost feels like it's out of joint, but it doesn't hurt, but like, it reminds me of how my hip used to feel. So I'm like, oh no.
Shoulder replacement.
I could handle not being able to walk for a while and having to sit on a couch. I don't know what I'd have to do. I don't know how I would cope with shoulder replacement surgery. I'd have to learn to use a scroll. I wouldn't be able to stitch.
Is it
it's how I hold my fabric. It's how I have my tension. I'd have to get a scroll or something. I like that she just looks like, what was that look? I don't know.
I don't know.
What else did we do? We don't really talk when we do this.
No.
The most we talk is to you
because we've really been concentrating.
We really have. It's kind of like reminiscent of that first 24 hours. Where it was like, I'm going to get a finish on every single thing.
Right.
I
think
you set us up with
lighten up a little bit.
Yeah, Dad came out and he was like, you guys are like really remarkably quiet. I'm sorry.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to show mine?
Yeah.
Because you're not moving to show yours.
No, I'm not even like
Do you even know what your progress is?
No.
Is this the right way? Yeah.
Let me hold it.
Got all in here. So I had some of that done last time. Came in here, finished this up. Did there.
Okay.
It's so funny with this pattern because I feel like there's tons of sections where you don't use the colors. And then all of a sudden it's like you're using, like this color I think is probably like, it's not showing up right in the film, but it's like a turquoisey, like it's Cadet, C-A-D-E-T. I don't know how you say it. Yeah. Cadet, by Weeks. And it is gorgeous. But it wasn't anywhere. And then I used it like 3 times today. My comments.
I don't know what I did.
It's That's why she didn't want to show it, because she's like, I don't know.
Well, I did a bunch. Where? You got to lift it up higher.
Well, behind my shoulder.
Deal with it till we get done with this. I don't know. No, I did the bird. I finished the bird. I finished in here. I did this little flower. Yeah. I did the star. The quilted. Yeah, I did. I did the quilted star. Yeah.
Do you go back and trim your things in the back too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You used to yell at me that mine were too long.
Well, I always trim them.
Snippings.
I know.
That doesn't get caught.
Well, because
of my well, her scissors fell on the floor.
Scissors fell on the floor. My pencil fell on the floor. It's like having a dog here.
Sometimes.
All right, it's time for wine.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna have some wine.
Is that what we're gonna do?
Yeah.
Go downstairs or
sure,
up here. Or
whatever. And then I'm gonna go to bed because when I say I'm gonna do consecutive, it's never gonna happen. I couldn't believe you
said that. I know.
We didn't talk about it beforehand.
No, she just says it. She didn't give me any warning. I was like, really?
Well, it kind of just was like it
fell
work
out
today,
of your mouth.
No, I said it at work, and then it
to
sounded
strangers
really
that don't
good.
even know what it means.
Well, like Mallory,
or to yourself.
Yeah, just talking to myself.
Well, that's what Dad does.
Really, really like. My office is very quiet.
It's like a library.
You're not really allowed to talk. I don't really get it. I don't know. I chew ice all day, and I think I'm gonna get in trouble. Mm-hmm. No, I said it during training.
She didn't bring ice. She didn't bring anything.
I forgot all the project bags. I do know. Well, okay. I posted on Instagram that stack of project bags full of projects that we correlated. I think some people thought that I was trying to trick them, and not every project bag had a project in it. That was not what I meant. I was just looking for the number of project bags. B, I'm going to have Brandon bring the stack over tomorrow so that we can show you and video how many, because I think I did a really good job of taking the picture and it looking deceivingly less than the amount that were there. Because I think there were over 500 comments and guesses. Not one person guessed the right number. Two people, I think, guessed the number directly below it.
Right. But how many people were even close?
Not a lot. Well, okay. But also, to their credit, I really think they thought I was going to be Jen about it and have, a reason that I was doing, 22 or 24. And that would have been great. But you were more Jen than I was.
Right. And we're not doing a Jen with the project bags as we getting them on. We can fill them. We're filling them so we know how many we have to make.
There was one person that was like, I'm going to guess, but it feels really wrong to have to make your mom make another project bag.
That was so cute. If she wins, she gets 2.
So we will announce those winners tomorrow, but I would want to have the stack
you have to
with me,
the stack so we can film it. Yeah,
but yeah, it's been pretty funny to watch those come in. So, okay, we're gonna go have wine. We'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Bye.
Good morning. Kind of.
Well,
we went to bed last night, but sometimes we film.
We don't
at the end of what we're stitching when we go to bed, and sometimes we film in the morning, but since we filmed in the end, we didn't hop on this morning. Right. So we are through our first cycle of 4 episodes, so it is time to film because now we have updates to show. So
yes,
we went down and had some wine and
conversation.
Then she came back upstairs and had more wine. She kind of sent me to bed. It was one of those I wasn't even finished my glass of wine, and she's like, okay. And I'm like, okay, do you want this last sip then? And she said, okay. And then she came upstairs and had more without me.
And I had more wine.
Yeah.
I thought I'd have wine with Dad, but then he was watching something, and I came up, got another glass of wine, sat down in the living room, and he didn't hear me. But then when he did hear me, he came out and goes, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm having a glass of wine. He goes, okay, I'm watching Doctor Who. And it's like, oh, okay.
Well, then he went back in his room.
And he went back in his room. So then I thought, okay, I'll just go back in the back bedroom because it's a different chair and it's comfy, and finish my wine and watch an episode of Criminal Minds. So I was up till 2.
So I was up till 1 because I got sent to bed.
Got sent to bed.
Mm-hmm. But it's all
sorry,
good.
I just figured I wouldn't make you feel bad saying, okay, I have to go to bed now because I'm really tired. I would say it for you.
I didn't, like,
tonight, I'm not saying it.
Didn't complain about being tired at all yesterday.
No, she didn't. No, she didn't.
I really didn't.
And she wasn't too grumpy when she came up this morning either.
I mean, I was a little grumpy. However, when I was walking up the steps, the thing that I heard was, oh, and there was other words there, but I'm not going to say them right now.
I forget what happened.
Well, it was like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. And I'm like, what's wrong? So I'm like pausing on the steps, and then I get upstairs and I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I just picked up my stitching because she was going to finish the piece that she'd been working on the other day.
Yeah.
And so of course I timed it perfectly.
She did, just like her dad. He times things perfectly because I kept thinking there, I should pick this up and finish this little Plum Street because I've been sitting here for an hour now. Because when we went to bed, I said, okay, so if we don't have a time set in the morning, I'll work around your schedule.
She's like, do you want to set an alarm? I said, it's a Saturday. No, I don't want to set an alarm.
So when you get up, if you come upstairs and I'm still in bed, you can wake me up because I wake up Miss Cheery. I'm happy. And I'll stitch. But if I get up, I'm not going to wake you up. I'll just get up. So I got up early, got the cat done, got my coffee, and thought, well, I'll just stitch. And then I'm thinking, as soon as I pick this up, she's going to come up. And I waited and waited because I didn't know where it was. I finally got up, and it wasn't where I thought it was. It was right beside my chair. Sat down, got my light on, got my thing in my hand, and I hear her coming up the steps.
And I hear, you've got to be kidding me.
You got to be kidding me. And then she stops, and then I'm thinking,
well, I did, because
did she have a heart attack on the stair steps? What happened? But
I was not sure what I was walking into, so I paused. Okay. Brandon came over.
Yeah.
Brought me the pile of project bags that I forgot to bring over. Like I said last night, we had nobody guessed the exact number. 2 people guessed the number directly below it, and I'm going by Price is Right rules. So we will talk about that a little later. But yeah, that was a fun little.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
we did. So he also brought me some ice. Super excited. I'm really kind of confused why I only brought one Yeti.
Yeah, I know.
But I think it might be because he didn't know where my other Yetis were because they're in my lunchbox. And he
in your car?
No, in my house. No. I mean, he had my car.
I didn't look out to see.
Yeah, he just drives mine when I'm not there. And I know I've gotten better about sharing.
It's not a really good share.
I'm not a very good sharer. Only child syndrome, I think. He's an only child too, though, so he kind of gets it. He's much better at sharing than I am, though.
I would have realized you weren't going to share. He is.
And he brought me socks and a blanket, and I'm switching sides on the couch, so I'm going to hopefully not aggravate my shoulder anymore, and we'll see. So, am I showing first? Do you even have your stitching over here?
Yes, it's in my lap.
Okay, what's on your finger? I just don't want to get it on your stitching. Okay, I am over here. I did finish that page section, so I am now down to the section that has the writing in it. So I have 2 more page sections to finish this out with everything except for the flowers, and then I think there's like random, like I know there's stitches that are supposed to be in this.
And
flower.
how do you know where they're at?
I don't know very well because that's why I tried to fill most of them in. So I'm gonna have to just go back.
Is your angel? Oh, it is. You can hardly see it though.
Yeah, that color's very matchy to mine, and that I saved till the end anyway too. So
you don't want to jinx it or something about putting in your initials,
the dates and the initials.
And the date first.
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm working down. So I set up. I actually stopped stitching a little early and set up my board. Switched my side, and we'll be going through that.
Okay. So,
which way does it even go? Okay.
All right. I changed my approach. And I decided today I would just abandon my empty spaces and go to the house. Okay. So I finished the peacock. Mm-hmm. I finished the flower above it. I finished the flower pot beside the house. Mm-hmm. Then I went to the house. I put all the windows in. And I'm just now starting the mortar, putting more mortar in to do the bricks. Yeah. Didn't touch any of the bricks yet. Okay. And putting in the lines so I can do the bricks easier with the lines in. Okay. So I'm going to concentrate on getting the house done and taking a break from, maybe I'll feel like I've done more.
She was commenting that at the beginning of this project, she was changing all the colors because she was like, I don't like this color and I'm subbing. And now she's just like, I don't care. I'm just putting it in.
I was not liking the way the colors were looking on this fabric and with the DMC. And then I look at her colors and they're really
very different. Well, your fabric is so much darker than mine anyway. I mean, I'm using 40 count Starflower by Lakeside. So it's a very light cream. Kind of, some of the dyes have like a pinkish hue to the background. This one's not very pinkish. But
your colors
are very
different. Very vibrant and dark. And the DMC conversions were very pastel. And
I still think this is pastel. But
no.
Some of them. And I'm using all the called for colors.
Now my my cataracts are done. But the colors are just really, really pop on that fabric. Mm-hmm. It's just beautiful. And mine, it would just put a color that I thought I would like on this fabric. And it's like, oh my gosh, that looks way too pink. Mm-hmm. It looks way too pastel. But it's like now, but I have most of them changed, so I know. And it's like that tree beside the house. Mm-hmm. It had a couple that actually both symbols I'm using for one color. And I thought, well, to change it up, I'm just pulling this thread and I'm just putting it in. So
So I'm using all called for colors except for Brethren Blue because when I started it was really hard to find. So I subbed in Classic Colorworks Blue Corn, and she's using all the DMC. And so hers is 35 count
lambswool, antique lambswool.
Do you hear that banging? That is the cat in the bathroom. If you can't hear it, he is banging on a mirror, like little chest mirror thing that's in there, and he just pats at it.
I think he sees himself, and then he knows that Lee
will come and turn the water on.
Drip the water. He likes to drink out of the dripped water in the sink.
Every now and then I'll be sitting here, I'm like, what is that?
He said no. Yeah, it's okay. It's time for water. Okay. Not that he doesn't have a water bowl, but,
Well, my dad has to go tell him to eat.
Oh, yeah. And he follows him around like a dog.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like really... And, he was in the bedroom last night with me, laying on the bed. And then Dad comes in to say, okay, I'm going to bed now. And I said, well, I'm finishing this. And as soon as I said, Gavi will follow you. And as soon as he turned, Gavi just follows him out. And he goes into the bedroom with him. So, yeah.
And I mean, my dad's like...
You wouldn't think he'd be the favorite. Not that he's mean, but he feeds him. He does all the litter. He does all the feeding of the cats.
But he's that way with every animal. Like, my animals at my house, when we first got Porter and Ale wouldn't eat. Like, we brought her home. It was the most dramatic weekend ever. My dad came over, petted her once, and she went right to her food.
Right. And it's like... And put food down. Yeah,
what just happened?
I don't know.
So I don't know. Yeah. He's like the animal whisperer. But you wouldn't think of it because it's not like he comes across as like, I'm an animal lover.
I love animals, yeah. Not that he's mean.
No, I don't know. Like,
I don't know. Kind of makes me a little bad. Makes it better because I figured I'd be the favorite, but I'm definitely not the favorite. So
he is sticking up over here. I also had Brandon bring my hair stuff so I could take a shower later.
Oh, okay.
It's looking a little. Who cares? Paula likes.
I was going to say Paula's like, I got it. And as everybody can notice that I've dyed my hair white now.
Yes.
Decided to purposefully dye it white. Now, pandemic, it's like, okay, let the hair grow out. So in the back I just have it pulled back because I can't get it cut real short. I'm not a short hair person. So I have to let it grow out a little bit more before they can cut all the color at the end off. But they lightened it up a lot, and now it pulls back, and you can only see the white. And I was going to give it a couple more years, but it's like, okay, this is it. Okay.
Okay.
Isn't that happy note?
Yep. We're going to go stitch some more. We had to figure out what we're doing for food today, too.
Yeah, I know.
We got breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
They're our favorite. From a little place in the town over. So my dad went and got those. And then, I don't know what we're going to do later.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to decide what you were talking about.
I know.
Chinese or... Oh, that's fine. Well, he can go get that for crab ragoon. Yeah, that's good.
Really good. Okay. Yay. We'll be back. Bye. I don't think we said 2 words the entire
I don't think we did.
4 episodes.
Did we?
Did we?
Maybe. No, I think we did. Because didn't you get chips or didn't you get something to eat?
Maybe. That consisted
but we didn't have conversation. No, we really didn't chat.
I'm in that I could curl up and take a nap moment.
Can you tell by the way she looks?
I know, right? Yeah. So I think I'm going to go shower after we're done filming so that it'll wake me up. Also, my hair looks like... Which it's going to look bad when I come back to because I doubt it'll be dry enough for me to put product in it before we film again. So there you go. You have that to look up
forward to. Huh?
Forward, up to.
Yeah.
Okay. I need something.
She needs something, maybe a beer. That'll make her more tired. Okay.
Oh, beer sounds good. Okay. I just worked down there. I got the vase done and that big flower and the turkey or whatever. And then I have... It's hard because there's like a lot of colors that are like almost ready to be there. So I don't like to start stitching those things until I know that they're going to be there. I know if I was like my mother and I had like 1,000
one of those
needles
things, with all the
but I don't do that because okay, I know when I lose a needle, it's not jabbed into my foot when it's found that it knows that that hurt. And I don't trust my animals. Gabi's good. I don't worry about my stuff when I'm here with Gabi, but I don't trust Watson to not eat needles because she's done it. And Porter and Ale are just like... So, I don't load up my needles like you do.
Yeah, but they're pretty tight on those. When you put them on those things, it's when you stick them in
She
your
also
fabric.
keeps like 20 on a little needle minder thing. She's like, no, I don't. Yes, I do.
Like,
yes, I do.
Like, really, why do we like to stitch together?
We don't talk. We don't do anything the same.
But that's why we like each other. Okay, I'm not taking off my clips because the only thing I did was
the house,
work on the house, and the bricks.
Why isn't it that way?
So just down, I got all the mortar in, and then I just started filling in the bricks. It takes forever, but bricks are almost done. So I have to look at your house to see what. It's so
different. Like I guess it doesn't look that different.
No, I wanted to see how your roof looked. I wasn't sure what that color is. Yeah, mine's supposed to be gold too. Mm-hmm. See, I didn't use the blue around the windows, so that it called for.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you did. I changed mine to dark gray. It was when I was in the changing mood.
Didn't you just do them the other day? Yesterday?
Well, yeah, but I'd already started the door in the gray. Oh, okay. Because I had the blue in and I took it out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, so now we could chit-chat just a little bit about Ghost Whisperers. First season's about to end.
Almost done.
1, 2, yeah. And this is a good...
The first season ender is good.
Yeah.
I like yeah.
And
which then means then we have to start the beginning of the second season and then decide if we're going to continue on with Ghost Whisperer or...
Oh, I didn't know.
Well,
this is new. She hasn't shared this with me because she doesn't talk to me, but she's like in her little mind. Okay,
my mind is always working. It's good. Okay. I was thinking of Night Shyamalan, maybe movies. If we wanted to switch to movies for a bit, we could do... I don't know, saw Abigail Breslin and the one Ghost Whisperer, and I'm thinking, we could watch Signs. Mm-hmm. And we could watch Sixth Sense, because these are all like kind of scary, spooky movies that we agree on.
Right.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not. We'll see how season 2 goes. Because...
Well, we have to... We'll watch the next 4. Mm-hmm. And then we can switch it off.
I don't feel like we should... we're not spoiling anything because Ghost Whisperer was on like 1,000 years ago. So we're allowed to talk about it at this point if you haven't seen it. So.
Okay. Well.
There was only one episode. This last episode was the first that I was like, I don't really remember what's happening. I remembered it some, but it wasn't like all the others where it's like first thing it comes on and I'm like, oh, this is this episode with this person and this is the side story and this is... Oh, that's weird how that works.
So weird. Okay. She's going to go take a shower and then we have to decide what we're going to eat for dinner too. And then she's going to take a nap. And I'll finish my plum stew.
Will wake me up.
And if it doesn't,
I'm
in trouble because it's only 4:30.
My favorite time to nap is I get up, I stitch for like 2 to 3 hours, have my coffee, and then I go back to bed. That's my favorite.
Oh my gosh.
The other day I was coming over to do something with her and I was like, I'm going to take a little cat nap first.
Yeah. 3 hours later, she calls.
I like naps.
Okay, on that happy note. Bye.
Bye. We always sit down and she's like, are we filming? When are we filming?
Well, there's no like flashing light that
It
says
says record down there.
Well, that's really very little. Good thing I had my cataracts done. Who would know?
How is your eye?
It's better. The flow. I had cataract surgery on both of my eyes a couple months ago, and then I have monovision, which so one of my eyes is for close up and one of my eyes is for distance. That's how my glasses and contact work, and they can do that when they do their cataracts.
You're the only person.
I know a lot of people that did it. So anyway, when they did my right eye, which is my close-up eye, a couple of days afterwards, I had a gigantic floater.
And it was right around the time that Kelly had hers.
Right, exactly.
So it was like, it was the weirdest timing of it.
And I mean, it had floaters before, but this one was really massive. It was like a giant jellyfish, and it was over my whole eye. And this is the eye I use for all my close-up work when I stitch, really. And so it was horrible. And I finally called my doctor just to make sure it wasn't a tear. And I went in and they sent me to a specialist because it was so big. They said, oh my gosh, this is the biggest one we've ever seen. You need to go. And I go on.
When we have things wrong with us, we tend to go big.
Yeah. So they sent me to a specialist and then he just kind of said, well, it'll go away in 6 months or whatever. And then I got a patch because if I closed the eye, then I didn't see this gigantic thing because it moves in your eye. So it was like this fish going across your eye. So it made it very hard to see what you were doing. So if I closed it, it made it better. But then my left eye's distance, then I had to wear glasses to be able to see the close-up work or to read or whatever. But that seemed to work. So I got a patch. But now it's faded a lot and it's still there. I notice at most when I have to move my eyes, like when I'm in a store, if I'm doing something where I'm moving my eyes, then this thing moves more and you just want to bat it. Like it feels like your hair's in your eye to get it out. Well, you can't because it's just there. But it's much better than it was. It's like going away. It doesn't bother me to stitch anymore. I don't have to wear a patch.
She hasn't been wearing a patch. No. Although my Facebook memories was bringing up your tear duct surgery from 124 hours.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that wasn't tear. That was my eyelids, wasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was your eyelids.
When I was allergic to the head steroid.
Those pictures. There was a streak where every marathon.
Yeah, because I cut my fingers one time. Yeah.
I actually had to take a COVID test yesterday because I was a little nervous. So
yeah,
but came back negative, nice. So I'm here. So she's like, well, if I get COVID, I don't mind getting it from you. I'm like, I still don't think I'm going to be okay with that. Even though we're all vaccinated, I think that I'm still going to stay at my house. But I don't know what we're going to do. I'm going to have to teach my mom how to use Zoom or something because we need to do this marathon.
Right. But it worked out.
Okay.
Even though we don't talk.
We really don't.
Well, I don't know why is that. I think we're concentrating too hard.
I think because these little flower things are
Yeah.
I'm constantly counting.
I know.
You know, it's not like I'm doing a big section where it's just a repetitive motion. It's a lot of counting.
Yeah, and you can't visit when you're doing that.
And I swear, every time Dad comes out and says, "Do you want something?" I'm mid count.
I know.
And I feel so rude. But I'm like, I can't stop because I'm at 7.
I know. That's how I am when I'm stitching here. He just seems, his timing is always really perfect. It's like, hey, what are they? Hold on just a minute. Let me finish.
It's the one benefit with Brandon stitching is he gets, he understands and
yeah.
If I'm like, I just have to look at him a certain way, and he's like, okay. So, we finished up the season 1 of Ghost Whisperer. I think we just keep going with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I'm resituating myself 1,000 different ways on the sofa, trying to figure out the best way to.
We could go downstairs.
I don't even think it's that. It's I'm just at an awkward point with the fabric being in that bottom right corner. There's not a good way to hold it.
Yeah.
And the lap thing gets in my way. But I need to have it clipped to something. I don't know. My chair at home, I guess I just sit my magnet board and clipboard on my arm. I don't use a lap desk, but I think my arm is wide enough or something that it doesn't bother me. But here I have to. Yeah, so.
Okay.
Still working away in that bottom corner. So I'm officially done with the top of the letters, the words. So it's down below, and it's just like you think that section looks really little, but I swear it keeps getting bigger.
I know.
I don't really understand why it keeps getting.
I know. It just seemed like it's going to be such a cinch to get all this done. And
did you finish your house?
No. Then I ended up deciding, okay, I've had enough fill on it. The bricks are almost filled in, but I decided, okay, I want to do some other things. So I filled in this. Oh, no, it's over on the other side.
My shoulder hurts. I hold this up really high.
All right. Well, I went over to this side, did this, and I did this, finished this. I did the bead, finished this, finished the fox. So I decided I was going to fill in, started this butterfly here, because that's that butterfly is over 4 pages. Yeah. I mean, I love our designers. There's really
not a good way to do it, though. I mean,
the only good way is if designers were really realized when that was printed, that if they realized there was a motif like this on 4 pages, you just had the motif,
Which Kathy Barrick did for Autumn on Lazy Bear Mountain.
Did she?
Because that big moon in the middle with the owl and everything it's right in the middle. And so she gives you a page with just that. But it's a massive motif.
Yeah.
So with this, it'd be hard since it's so many motifs.
And there's so many pages. There's 24 pages. So she'd really have to go through and say, oh my gosh, I see this, this tree is on 4 pages. Let me just have one. And it means more pages, more printing, more work for them, and I get it, but it's really hard. And that stupid butterfly is one.
That one was hard.
And I have mine pasted together, but I'm using my iPad now, which makes it harder. But I'm going to have to pull it out to get that one because that's just a hard one. So, but I thought, I just wanted to try to get some of my holes filled.
I just think it's funny that we're on the exact opposite
I know.
sides of the matter.
Although I have to go back up to the top because I don't have everything done there.
Some stuff missing in your spot. Yeah. I have a few things missing. I know I do have to go back and look page by page. But generally, if especially since it's a mirrored image, the things you're missing generally stand out. If you're missing it on one side and not the other, it's this is supposed to have 2 dots filled in here.
Right.
And so that's good. I find that this pattern feels more mirror imaged than His Eyes on a Sparrow did.
I don't remember that because I'm old.
I feel like this one is almost the same except colors are changed. Whereas His Eyes on the Sparrow, it might be the same animal, but a little bit more would be changed with it.
Oh, yeah, I don't even
Also,
remember.
It took me a little bit to realize why it was all flowers.
Oh, lilies.
This. Yeah, I just didn't really like. All of a sudden, I'm like, gosh, there's so much green and vines and flowers. There's not really any animals in this one. Like I was, and then it was like, consider the lilies. Lilies are flowers. Yeah. Sometimes Jen's head is not the swiftest.
Oh, yeah. What? You expected more
I
of a reaction?
I did.
Well, it's 8:30, so I'll think of it later. I like sometimes I've been blessed with not just blurbing out something very quickly. I think of things later. I look at that as a blessing from God that I don't just blurt out stuff. I mean, I do sometimes. On the whole, with you maybe. On the whole, I hold my tongue.
Okay.
Oh, she's not. Oh, look at her face.
Well, I mean,
I don't. I just did.
You did just that.
See? I was practicing.
But I feel like you're talking about holding your tongue versus having quick wit, which are different than holding your tongue.
Well, quick wit. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. But sometimes quick wit can be nasty wit too, or,
That's true. Brandon's very quick wit.
Yeah, Dad is too, surprisingly. Yeah, they're very similar with that. As slow as he pauses, right? We just had that discussion the other day, and I said, I don't know.
Yeah, but Brandon's like, bam.
Yeah.
The funny responses. I'm not.
I'm kind of like that with Grandma. Grandma and I can do that.
We can usually. I guess that's why this is a weird comment to me, because usually her and I are the quick wit with each other. Or I'll say something and then she'll be like, oh, that was a good thought, Jen. And it's like, do I not generally have good thoughts? Like,
I'm just trying to be positive and give you positive
but it's like
feedback instead of
saying
nothing.
I had a friend in high school. I love her to death, but I swear she just didn't understand that I wasn't an idiot, because at times she'd be like, good word, Jen. Like if I used a word with more than 2 syllables, and I'm like, well, sometimes there's some stuff going on in my head. Sometimes there's not, and I might not always say the word the best way or the correct way, but so anytime she's like, oh, that was a good thought, that's where I go. I'm like, oh, good word, Jen.
Sometimes I do that for you just to bust you. So.
Do I talk about myself in the third person a lot?
I don't know.
Okay. I just feel like I said Jen like 10 times in this segment, and I don't really mean to talk.
No, it's because you were talking about what I was thinking.
I used to observe in a classroom, and the teacher talked about herself in the third person all the time, and it was really awkward. So it became kind of a running gag at times, but...
No, you were just doing that because you were referencing I was saying it. I would say Jen.
Okay.
I think.
Viewers, you can chime in. Okay, we're going to probably have another 4 episodes in me for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, so I don't know that we'll either film tonight or tomorrow morning when we get up.
Then they won't know anyway because...
Well, you won't. I mean...
This isn't live.
Well, I mean...
Well, they won't know.
You won't have to wait to determine it. You'll know if it's the morning or the evening.
But not tomorrow morning.
I mean, the lighting is different in the house behind us.
You think
we
it's
might
that
be
much
wearing
different?
different clothing?
Well, the clothing will tell them.
And my hair will probably
and you will
be more
say,
messed up.
well, we
and
didn't film last night.
It's the morning and I have my coffee because we're going to talk about what we've done. So it's not like that we're going to try to trick them.
I didn't say we were. You're the one that's going to this whole thing that they're going to know, or I'm just saying this isn't live. So that's not like they're going to sit up and wait to see what we record at midnight, and then we don't record till the morning, and they're disappointed when they're watching this and listening to this silliness.
Maybe they want the real time. I don't know. I know what I mean in my head.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Good thought, Jed.
That was the quick wit I was looking for before. Okay. Bye, guys. Hi. So, bets on if it's last night or this morning.
Yeah. Can you tell? I don't think anybody can tell.
Because I think the lighting's different. I don't know. It's the morning. We watched about an episode and a half last night, and I was like, I'm done. My hand hurts. So we went downstairs. We had wine. We watched Hamilton. I accidentally cut my dad off because I was trying to stream something to her Roku.
To the TV.
And he came down a little grumpy. Didn't realize that I was doing it to his TV. So we got that all situated. And what are you doing?
It's so awkward because it's so backwards.
So that was our night. We were up late. Well, she wasn't going to tell me to go to bed.
No,
so
because
like she's sitting there, and I'm like, I know she's not going to say anything.
Say one word.
We're gonna have a game of chicken tonight. And then we get up and we're sitting on the couch, and she's like, "Okay, well, 4 is 6, and all these numbers." And I'm like, "What the heck does that mean?" Like, she'll just do that sometimes. Like, as soon as she starts giving a number list of things, I just tune out because it never makes sense in my head. What?
It's like crooked.
But it was her trying to figure out what episode we needed to be done on, because it used to be increments of 4, but there were 22 episodes of the first season, so our increments of 4 got split. And now it's
6, 10, 14, 18, 22.
Heard you the math. But, we DoorDash breakfast. Brandon brought me more ice. He is going to sleep before work. It's a rainy day here, so it's just nice and cozy and stitching. I got up this morning and she's like, "You just want to go home." And I'm like, "What?"
Well,
like,
she
I
looked
couldn't
like
even
it.
get up the steps yet. Talk.
Because sometimes our plans get changed. We make all these plans, and quite a bit they get changed. So I figured she came up, and the look on her face said, "Okay, I'm done." So I figured I just wouldn't make her say it. I would say it for her. That's what moms do. I had on the mom hat.
So I was like, "No, I'm good, because it's either stitch here or stitch apparently in my very cold house." Because Brandon came over and I made him bring my blanket that I like, and he's like, "I had to go downstairs and get a blanket. It's really cold in the house." And I was like, "Well, like, you could turn on the heat." And he was like, "Well, but we haven't had the furnace checked yet." And I was like, "Yeah, but I think we went like 6 years in our old house without having the furnace checked, so I think we're okay." So he got home and he texted me and he was like, "Yeah, I don't know why I was cold or anything. It's only 61 in the house." So I was like, "Yeah, suck it up. Also turn on the heat." So I was like, I might as well stay here and stitch, because at least I can shoot for a finish on this thing that keeps growing bigger.
I know.
Okay, so I'm down in that little corner hole. I finished the Quaker Star. And I'm working on that pink flower, and got some of the, I guess it's a moth. I don't think it's a butterfly. Done. So it's getting there. Everybody, I posted the picture this morning and people were like, "Yeah, you'll finish today." I'm not going to finish today. I might finish the inside today, but I'm definitely not going to finish like the flowers. And I brought my iPad over so I could import the pattern into GoodNotes and like circle what's missing things, so I know. Again, the opposite of what she does, because she crosses them off when they're done. But
but I went through and I did circle a whole bunch of things where I'd skipped, and I knew I had to finish.
Yeah.
To make it easy for me to see then, instead of looking at the pattern and saying things weren't filled in.
I'll do that inspection. I still have this fear that I'm gonna find spots in his eyes on the sparrow that I didn't go back and do, and that's finished and framed. So.
Oh well, we're not perfect. That's just.
I know. I have some on her stuff that I just missed.
All right, I don't know what I did. I did a bunch. I'm down
the house
in this.
Almost done.
I didn't even touch it.
Never mind.
House is the same as the last time. I'm over on your side. I did the basket down in the lower left-hand corner and moved up. And then I'm working above the letters, and I found the key and a little heart with a crown on it that I hadn't done, and a bee.
Okay.
And I put a flower in that flower pot.
Yeah, because you have some stuff over by the tree by Adam that needs to be done, and the angel wings.
Right, and I'm working on that, and that changed to another screen, so that's why that tree. But that tree was put in, and the other thing beside it that needs leaves yet. So I'm probably going to finish that. I got my paper out to finish the moth. I did the moth all, but on the paper thing, so I could tape it all together to be able to see that. So that's done. So I probably will kind of finish up here on this screen, and then I think I'm going to go all the way to the very beginning page and start. I know I have a tree that's not in, and the honeycomb, and that's what I'll work on the next bit. So anyway.
Yeah, we're going to eat breakfast. Apparently DoorDash was a little behind, but our DoorDasher was super nice. Yeah, decided that DoorDash is my absolute favorite because I don't have to talk to anybody when I order, and I can tell them just to leave it at my door, and I don't have to open it when they're there. It's like the hermit's dream. But she called. I had to talk to her, but she was nice.
On the phone.
And I waved.
Oh, we did? Her going by?
No, I mean like when she was leaving, when I put yeah. So we're going to go eat breakfast and then get back to stitching. Okay. Bye, guys. Well, this is a wrap for our 24 hours.
Together.
Well, yeah, because I mean,
go home and stitch
probably
more,
stitch.
Yeah.
I might do organizing though. So I think I need to do laundry really bad. So I'm going to probably be downstairs. So I may do 222.
I could send your DMC home with you if you want.
Okay.
I mean, if you want.
She's been organizing my DMC, so she came over last weekend. Yeah, last weekend.
I think. Yeah.
And we started.
So we did the project bags.
Yeah. So I have my stack of project bags here because we're gonna tell you how many there are and announce the winners. So we will do that in a moment, but I might do some 222 stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm getting anxious to get some project like things actually kitted. Like I have 2 actually kitted because they came from Welcome Stitchery, but that's it. I don't have anything else ready to go. And she's amazing. I got another package this week with one of the threads that was missing with a little thread drop that has her like store logo. She's awesome. So nice, definitely check out her online store, or if you're local, go and shop. I know she was running a 24 event this weekend. So was Fire Poppies. Fire Poppies mentioned us and was like, you guys have to get out here one of these times.
Yeah, we have to come.
So I'm hoping maybe one of our marathons next year, if it's not in the winter and the midst of a pandemic, we can make that happen. So anyway, we stitched. We did not finish.
No, we did not.
You showing or am I showing?
Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
I can show.
Okay.
Oops, it's upside down. Okay, I really went in and it looks like I have a lot more done than I have because I think have all kind of my holes filled in down on the other side, on this side by the dog. The top of that tree needs to be filled in, but I went to the top. If you put it down lower, you can see I got
see anything, so I don't know where I'm at.
I got the top at the very first page and stuff. The things done there that I did, and I started working across, but I have a lot of filling to do. So, which she fills hers in as she goes.
Predominantly, not completely. Like if it's a stitch here, a stitch there, I will not like always go and do it immediately. But sometimes there's your
Kleenex.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But so I have to go through like really carefully now and make sure that all those individual stitches that I leave out and don't tell myself that I've left out are done. So I was able to finish mostly that flower. I just have it's
inside
using
the
green, but the green is in the berry bowl. So I was like,
I'm going to wait.
Wait till I had that out. And I still have to do an antenna or an arm or whatever on the little moth leg, I guess.
Yeah.
So But that one took the longest of most of the motifs because there was a lot of color changes. Most of these are like solid colors.
Yeah.
But those two both had shading and like skipping things, and so they took me a little bit longer. But I'm missing 3 dots.
Yeah,
because they're the roasted marshmallow. So and like I noticed, I don't know if this heart is supposed to be filled in.
Yeah. It is.
It is.
I just did it.
I don't have the eyes on the fox over here.
Oh, okay.
Where was there something else? I know this one isn't filled in. And then I noticed this.
Just that one.
There's a flower over here that only has 1 stem, and one over here, the one in the mirror has 2. And so I was like, I don't know
if you missed it.
If I missed it or if they're just different.
Are the bees done with their wings? And I just can't.
Yeah,
know.
It's just very,
really,
it's very close to my fabric color.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
oh, you don't have. I don't know. These are empty.
Where is the one that I'm? Oh, I don't think there's a stem on this one. This little, I think that needs a stem.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
You know, so it's just little things like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, just little things you have to do.
I know that has things that need to go. Where's the one that I thought? Oh, no, not that one. Oh, this one. I think it needs another side.
Oh.
This one over here only has 1 leaf.
Oh.
And the one on the mirror has 2. So I'm assuming that I just didn't have that green threaded.
It's
I waited.
really actually nice on your iPad going through page by page for you to see exactly to look at your thing, because it'll go in order. And then, like you said, just circle the ones then that you know you got to go back and do something with. So.
I had someone ask the other day, or I think a comment on my last video, I mentioned that I rechart on my iPad, and I find it easier. Like if I'm changing words, when I did May I changed garden to stash. What I do is I take a PDF of, like all my files are scanned anyway. So I just load that file into GoodNotes, and then I use the pencil point and I make it white, and then I blot out where the text is. And then I can chart over it. And then it also gives me the ability to, I can dot where the S is somewhere and then just circle it and move it. So I find that easier. It helps me match fonts and things like that, because I don't design. I think very linearly. Like I do not. Oh, that was another thing we were going to show you guys. Really cool story. Okay. So, she has no idea what I'm talking about right now. So I've been trying to figure out a way to get like a design or a logo more than just like hashtag 24 hours of cross stitch, because I can't think past that. Like I just don't know how to attach images and graphics and things. And I'm fairly simplistic and fairly minimalistic when it comes to that type of design. And so I just haven't known what to do. So we've been thinking, we're in talks with someone about, do I drop that bomb? About an official maybe cross stitch pattern for 24 hours of cross stitch too. So that may be coming. We will see. But it's been a year so for everybody, so it's not there yet. But I was thinking about like logos and what we could do. And so growing up, my mom had her shop, and she had 3 friends in the town that we grew up in, and all of them stitched together. And then they all had daughters that we were all the same age, like exactly. Like Leanne was born in December, Brittany and I have the same birthday, and then Katie was born in March. So we were all only children, and so we did a lot growing up, all in this little town together. And so like my mom has, what is it, the cross-eyed cricket one, the alphabet with the bugs.
Right.
That was, Debbie had stitched it for her.
Yeah.
And that's Brittany's mom. And Brittany and I had the same birthday. We were like best friends growing up. So she's an artist. She's amazingly talented. So I was like, I'm going to see if Brittany would be interested in designing something for us. And so I reached out to her, and she was like, I can play around with it if you want. And she was amazing and donated her time, which I did not expect at all. And she's designed us this awesome logo, which is exactly like what I wanted. It incorporates a clock into it with the hashtag 24HOCS. And like her thought behind it, like she put the time, the hands on the clock point to 2 and 4, and the one clock thing
needle.
it looks like a needle. It does. So she's got it like represent like an abstract kind of representation of a needle. So I'm so excited to roll it out. We're both sitting here and we're like, why didn't we make t-shirts? Like we have a cricket.
Well,
I have a cricket, and it never would have occurred to me to do that. So I'm gonna hit up my friend Mallory, who has a heat press, and see if she can help me out and teach me how to do that. And then
we'll go from there with t-shirts.
Yeah, hopefully be able to get like that kind of stuff going and out in the world. So pajama pants are going to happen at some point. It's a thing that's going to happen because lounging and stitching is just the best.
Hand in hand. Yeah.
So anyway, that was really awesome. And Brittany, I just can't. She joined our 24-hour group on Facebook, and she's like, it just seems like the nicest group of people. And she's just very artsy. She does.
She always has been.
She's
always
incredible.
When they were little and just in kindergarten, I think she started making their Christmas cards and would hand draw them out. And so every year when you got the phase Christmas card, it was always an art project from that Brittany had done and sketched. I mean, she just has been amazing. And she's in California now, working
she's in LA.
The field. Yeah.
So and I'm so excited that it has like close ties, like because I said to her, I was like, I want to get this tattooed eventually, and like how cool would it be that it's your art, you know? Like that's just, I don't know. And it has a sewing connection because her mom sewed, and I mean she does needlework. I don't know that she does stitching, cross stitch, but we did when we were little together because we would kit stuff up or spend our time at mom's shop and things like that.
Steph helped me in the shop, and
so
neat.
Anyway, that's coming out. I mentioned that I'm going to be doing some 222 planning today, so I had Brandon bring over that stack of project bags that everybody was guessing on. Maybe I can have him insert the picture that was posted onto Instagram here. Everybody, I think I did a really good job of taking the picture so that you couldn't just count up. I mean, I was conscious of that. I do apologize that I didn't genify it. Like, I should have had a reason for what number I was doing, but we were just so excited.
No, you didn't need a reason because we just were trying to fill as many that were already made. Yeah.
So this is the stack. Like I said the other day, we didn't have anybody actually guess the correct numbers. I think some people, too, thought that I was, like, messing around and, like, there were some that were empty. These are all filled. These are all connected. Different projects with the patterns. So, got, like, one in my ET bag. I know, you were asking if it was ET. So, it is. I love my ET bags. And just, matching up different things with bags that kind of match. So, funny story after we reveal the number about how many there are. So there are 54 bags in this stack. Nobody guessed it. Not one person. 2 people guessed 53 though. And I'm going to go with Price is Right rules. So we're rounding down. And so I'm super excited. We decided that we were going to go ahead and we'll be giving a project bag to each person. So the first person, I believe this was the second person that guessed the number, is on Instagram, I'm not seeing it, DLP136. So you are there. I will send you a message on Instagram to let you know that you were one of our winners. And then the other winner was Wrought Iron Stitcher, which I thought was so funny because Wrought Iron Stitcher is the reason why there is the 222 or 222 many whips hashtag. She came up with that. And she's turning 40 next year. So I was like, yes, we are getting her. I love that connected with her. So I will connect with you guys and get your addresses. Know that I am terrible at mail, so it's not my mom. If anything holds us up, it's that she's like, Jen, write a note, and I'll mail this for you. So just know that I'm
she's terrible at
things.
Notes, getting things done, so I can mail them.
I will do that though, and we will get those out to you. So thank you for guessing, and it's been fun. It was a funny story though. We're sitting there, and Mom's like, I'm like, oh, I need to write down that there's 54 in the stack, and she goes, well, it's the year I was born, and stops talking. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, she was born in 53. Like, this isn't the year that she was born. am I wrong? Like, how do I say this without like being like, and I go, but you were born in 53. And she goes, well, I didn't finish. I meant -1. I'm like, well, that doesn't help because now I'm going to wonder if it was the year that you were born or 54. And those are not the same number. So anyway, it was 54. But I kept wanting it to be 53 because she associated her birth year with it.
But the two people guessed 53.
They did.
Yeah.
So you were on your wavelength or something. I don't know.
That's what was going to be guessed.
So, it was a fun weekend. It was it's not having worked on this since July, and then we have not stitched together. Like, very limited.
I mean, do other things together, but we haven't been able to sit down and play. Like last week, we spent hours together going through floss and we do different things, but it's like with her working full time and not living downstairs, even though she's closed, it's like, I think you need to sell your house, come back downstairs to move. Or I'll go downstairs and think, oh, this is Jen's house. It's like, oh, I can't believe they're gone.
I'm just like, we really love our house.
I know, and I love your house too.
Even though I had this nightmare that it was falling apart last night, it was the most vivid.
See,
it wasn't even my dream. Or even my house, but I just woke up like, oh my God, everything's falling apart. So another 24 hours in the in the, what's that saying? In the bag.
Wrapped in the bag.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap in the bag. In the project bag.
There we go. So we will either be finishing this, I don't know, next weekend. Sunday's on Halloween. We could do Sunday stitching.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to want to do Halloween stitching though on Halloween.
Oh, well, we don't have to do that.
I want to work on
we're going to
that.
Finish our project. Yeah.
No,
we don't. Yeah, and we may want to give it a rest for a little bit.
Although it'd be good to just get it done.
Well, it will be.
We are going away, so we do have that time, but it's such a big project to not know what your stitching area is going to be like where you're away. We have a little cabin cottage-y thing, so... But yeah, Brandon will work to get this up. By the time you see this, it will be up.
Right.
If you had to wait a few days.
This, it got up.
If you had to wait a few
December,
days, that's why. Right. So, because he has to work this week and Saturday.
No, he's working Saturday.
Well, Friday. So.
Which is just,
which goes.
Whatever.
Third shift is weird days and nights and things. Also, just putting a bug out there, unofficial 24 hours. The weekend of November 6th is Extra Life weekend, and Extra Life was kind of the reason why we do this to begin with. Brandon will be video gaming, and I'm going to be working on my Link Zelda thing that he is doing, and that will be auctioned off, or not auctioned off, but if you donate, you're entered into winning that once it's finished. So he's also got some like pearlier bead art, and he was stitching some stuff. Got really mad at my iron the other day because it didn't fuse his pearlier bead art very well, so I think it was my iron, not him.
The ironer.
So yeah, but that will be happening, so I'm gonna do at least an unofficial marathon on that weekend, and I'll link his Extra Life below, so if you feel inclined to donate, it is a phenomenal charity, and Brandon has done this and sparked 24 hours. It goes to Children's Hospital, Children's Miracle Network. So, and he links to a local hospital for us. So I think it's Toledo Children's Hospital.
Which is beautiful. I was just by it. Oh my gosh, you should see the Ronald McDonald House. It is gorgeous.
And I have a coworker that had a daughter there for the past year battling leukemia. So, close to our hearts and people we know and are benefited from it. So if you feel inclined, he would love to take your money for them, right. Not for himself. Although he'd love that too, but whatever. Just kidding. Don't give us your money. So that is on the works with us. That's where we're at. I'm gonna wrap up. And Dad's gonna take me home, and I'm probably gonna
take a nap.
Yeah, maybe
before you.
So keep making those X's and finding your calm and doing what makes you happy. Thanks for being a part of this.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.